You know, when I saw this unfold in Brazil during the formation lap, I actually lost it. How can this happen? How can a driver with this much experience be this fucking stupid? Over 160 Grand Prix, 8-year veteran, countless hours of driving a Formula 1 car, and labeled by the F1 media as a rainmaster. One of the best drivers we have on the grid in the wet. And all of it basically stems from one lucky fucking drive in Istanbul a couple of years ago, where he gapped Hamilton by a couple of seconds and everyone took it as merit. Wow. And this is it. This is the best out of the best. He's top 20 drivers in the world. That's why he's in Formula 1. He's just of that caliber. You know, drivers in Formula 3 would gap this guy by a fucking landslide. Drivers in bumper cars in your local amusement park, statistically at least one of them would be able to outperform this guy. Why is he still in Formula 1? And why is nobody in the F1 media or in the YouTube F1 space attacking this guy? Why is everyone playing it safe? Does he not deserve harsh criticism? How many years are we going to deal with his stupidity? Are people fearing for their jobs or future opportunities with F1? I don't really give a fuck. Let's talk about this guy and why he needs to go. You know, I will actually extend an olive branch to him because what happens to him here is not actually all that uncommon. He drops it during braking, which is fine. Plenty of better drivers did it the same day in multiple different spots on the track. What I will attack is that he knows this. It happened to him earlier in the day where he crashed and destroyed his car. He knows the track conditions is shit and he knows that he has to be even more safe during braking. Somebody like Max Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton can get away with braking late in the rain because they're just that good. You are Lance Stroll. If the braking point is 75 meters, you go 125, okay? You don't have that skill. You don't have that talent. You're here because of nepotism, not talent, not hard work, not anything. You don't have a leg to stand on in this sport. For every one achievement you have in one decent race, you drive 25 shit races. And that is just the harsh truth. So you don't even lose the car going over the white line like an idiot, you just lose it. That's not the issue. The issue is afterwards. So here at this point, you've hit the car a bit lightly. You've done some damage to your front wing. Nothing that isn't fixable. Your team is probably on the radio telling you that, hey, it's okay, we can come into the pits, we'll start from the pit lane and we'll just get back into the race. It's fine, it's an aborted start, you have all the time in the world to just take a deep breath, relax and get back on the track. What do you do? What do you do with your 8 years of experience? How do you solve this situation, this seemingly easy situation that a rookie can get out of? Let's go into your POV and let's look at it again. You start from your grid box. You know it's wet. You've already done a lap to your fucking grid box, so you know how fucking bad the conditions are. You're taking it slow through the Senna S's, trying to find where the grip is, and that's all fine. And here you start to accelerate full blast like a fucking moron. Up ahead we see that the car just made it past the corner. So you don't even have spray here. You don't have like a bad vision. You have bad vision because it's rain and whatnot, but it's not an excuse that I can't see where I'm going. At this point you should be able to see where you're going. 100 meters before we hit the brakes. We completely lose it here. As I said before, that's fine. It's fine. We don't even hit the wall that hard. Okay? Now, here's the next excuse that people like to come up with. He didn't find reverse and reverse wasn't working. False. Because he actually very quickly finds reverse and he backs. He backs out of the situation that he is in right now. Right now he is still on asphalt. So he makes this little, I would say maybe 5-6 meter reverse and he stops just before his front left is at the edge of the gravel trap. He has at least 10 or 15 meters of asphalt behind him that he can keep reversing into and he can keep like cranking it to his right to go left. What does he do instead? He takes the idiot's way out. He goes back into gear goes first gear, and decides I'm gonna drive it through the gravel pit. Like, this is probably not going to show in the video because YouTube bitrate and whatnot, but I can physically see from this camera on his car that it is deep as fuck in this gravel trap. There's no way he's ever going to make it, and he's there. He's done track walks here recently. He's raced here before. He knows exactly what this is, and he beaches. Like, he is so deep into the gravel. Like, the front left is basically 15-20% of the tire is covered deep in gravel, and he beaches it just like that. And everybody is gonna go on their way. Everybody is gonna go to the next race. We will forget what happened, Stroll. It happens even to the best of us. No, it doesn't. This guy is an idiot. He doesn't deserve to be here. We've seen 8 years of this shit in various different forms. It's time to go. Like, if you are an Aston Martin sponsor, you should really think about pulling out of this team because they are not serious. It's a joke. Like, if I had a big company and I was sponsoring them, and I was Aramco or Cognizant or Madden or Boss or whoever, and I saw that this team, at the very least half of the team, is working for this idiot, I would reconsider my investment. Why would I want to be seen, my company, be seen on the car of an idiot? They associate me with them. How are we serious about Aston Martin when they talk about world championship ambitions and whatnot when they employ this motherfucker? It doesn't get better. He's not improving. He is a veteran. He's been here for 8 years. People that came into the sport like Franco Colapinto has already scored points in a fucking Williams multiple times. His couple of races, Liam Lawson's couple of races, they've shown more in those races than this guy has in 8 years. Why are we still here? It literally doesn't make any sense for any parties involved. It doesn't make sense for the viewer. It doesn't make sense for the sport. It doesn't make sense for the FIA. It doesn't make sense for Aston Martin. It doesn't even matter that his dad owns the team. Like, his dad is an investor at this point. He should know that if his son doesn't perform, if 50% of the cars don't perform, you are losing a fuck ton of money. Invaluable research data that is useless because your son is driving the car. Like, it doesn't mean shit. Look at where he was stuck. Like, this length right here is his car. Look at how much space he has to reverse out and drive on the asphalt. Like, it is so stupid. Yet, if I go on the Formula 1 news, like the official news, nothing. If I go to like Palmer's analysis, there's nothing about it. It's like everyone accepts that this guy is an idiot, and that is what it is. Also, at this point, when he is stuck in the gravel, the Brazilian fans are chanting Drogovic. Formula 2 champion from a couple of years ago. A driver that will never get the chance because there's no way you bench Alonso because he is probably the only one capable of extracting data for you and bringing something useful for the table, even though he is a bit old now. But this guy will never get kicked. He will never lose his seat because his dad owns the team. And I think at this point, you have to treat the sport as a sport. It's no longer a rich man's club as people have viewed it for like 70 years. I think you should be of F1 caliber if you want to race in Formula 1. You need to prove that you deserve to be here. It's dangerous. It's dangerous for you, it's dangerous for others, it's dangerous for everybody involved. This guy is not F1 caliber. He can drive the car. But if you put me in there, I'll probably drive the car too. I'm not F1 caliber. I'll probably maneuver the track very slowly, grandpa fashion, but I won't make this mistake. I think this should mean that we have reached a point where enough is enough. Get him out. Sorry for this little rant, but I can't just sit quiet and see that nobody is talking about this. Everyone just let this slide. In reality, this shouldn't piss me off that much. He's just an idiot driving a car and he fucked up, right? It's just that everyone in the official media was quiet about it. Nobody said anything, and that pissed me off. If I do anything here on YouTube within the F1 space, it's my goal to make sure that everyone remembers your legacy here in Formula 1 as the fraud that you are. You don't deserve to be here, you're not good enough, you've never been good enough, you've never had the talent to be here, and every single mistake that you do, I will be here to point it out, because nobody else will. Thank you all for listening to my rant. Sorry for ranting in the first place, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.